Khaled ain't never disrespect Drake.
How you know how Drake feel about what he think Khaled might have did to him?
Drake?
All right, so the streets is telling me that Fat Joe has an issue with Drake dissing DJ Khaled on the album. Let's see what he said. And also, let's get to the bottom of what DJ Khaled did to Drake. We're going to talk about that right now. Keep it locked. Like the video and subscribe. Let's get it.
It doesn't sit right with me that he disrespected DJ Khaled. You know, we about loyalty. I've always supported Drake my whole life. It's hard to digest this album, me being Fat Joe.
I'm out of it, for one. For two, that's what's wrong with hip hop. Is invisible lines? Is this and that? Is it beef? Is it hip hop? What can be said? What can be said? It's supposed to be musical. You know what I'm saying? Then it gets to a point where it's not musical. Then it's not hip hop.
So you say if somebody,
what's fucking up the culture and what's not?
Let me ask
and
you
what's
a question.
over the line
is it almost like, are you supposed to be DJ Khaled and the man disrespect you and you just like, yo, that's hip hop. That's a great song. No, somebody dissed you on a song.
You know what's gonna happen.
Khaled ain't a rapper.
He got a rap. He's got you. He got Dre. He got people. He got money. He got money. Go in the vote. Help yourself. It's only hip hop, right?
Yeah, it's only hip hop.
But to a certain extent, I feel some people's feelings get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just felt like it was a form of bullying.
How did you say that?
Because
hold on, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the whole world when it gets, everybody when it gets,
Khaled didn't go against Drake, right? You know who did go against Drake? Future. He got a song with him.
He might have fixed it. Shit is fixable.
Khaled ain't never disrespect Drake.
How you know how Drake feel about what he think Khaled might have did to him? Did anybody ask Drake, what did Khaled do to him? No. So you gotta find out that.
The problem is the song he dissed Khaled on is the hottest fucking song on the album.
That shit is crazy, dog. It's some crazy shit on it.
It's really hot.
It's a hell of a
I said, damn, why he dissed him on the best song on it?
I don't know why when I said keep it locked, I thought I was on 106 in Park or something. When they used to be like, yo, keep it locked right here. Here's Omarion. Touch. Hey. Fat Joe is defending his friend. And a lot of us really don't know what happened between Drake and Khaled. I got a few things I will say, and this is the word on the street to why Drake is upset with Khaled, but I still want to address what Fat Joe said. So Fat Joe is defending his friend. He don't like that Drake is getting at Khaled. In his opinion, Khaled didn't do anything to Drake. He never disrespected him. But I like the fact that Jadakiss said, let's not get it twisted. The whole industry for a second felt like they were going against Drake. And I love the fact that Jadakiss said, hey, we don't know why Drake is upset with Khaled. And called out Joe, Fat Joe, saying, hey, did you ask or find out why Drake has an issue with Khaled? I love that Jadakiss can push back against Fat Joe and really have some good points, not just trying to argue back and forth with him, but actually saying something of meaning. Because y'all know sometimes when people do these shows, it seems like the co-hosts want to argue with the other person just because they think it's entertaining or something like that. Like Jadakiss actually has good points when he's responding to Fat Joe. And all of that stuff does make sense. Yes, the world was against Drake, and we don't know what necessarily is the issue between Khaled and Drake because a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes. Now, what I've been hearing, okay, oh, by the way, Fat Joe said he dissed him on the best song on the album. So he dissed him on that song, what was it, Make Them Remember? I think Shebang is the best song on the album. That sample, oh my God. But I guess that points to why this is a good album from Drake, because a lot of people have different opinions about what's the best song. Some people love Ran to Atlanta. Some people love Burning Bridges. Some people love National Treasure, okay? I think the intro was fire too. Anyway, the word on the street is Drake has an issue with Khaled trying to play both sides, like y'all say about me. Y'all say never gave up. You be playing both sides. You don't never really have a real opinion. You know, your opinion, it changes day to day. That's why I really don't rock with your channel. Somebody typed that comment the other day. Before I could get a chance to respond, you deleted it. But I saw you, homeboy. And I'm not gonna lie. It did make me think that maybe sometimes I need to come on here and really get angry and yell about my opinion. So I might do that. That might have been some good advice. I listen to y'all sometime too, okay? I'm not mad at y'all for giving y'all opinions, but back to the main point. Remember during the beef, Khaled was like, yo, they both my brothers. I can't go again. And it really, if I'm Drake, and this is true, and Drake had an issue with Khaled trying to play both sides. He didn't want to pick a side. If I'm Drake, I'm like, hold on, bro. You not running to LA to get Kendrick every time you drop an album. Because you know a Drake feature is the feature that's gonna get you the numbers. Because let me tell you something. I love Khaled. I respect him and what he's done. But we know he's a glazer and a meat rider when it comes to selling albums and trying to promote. If he thought Kendrick could get him them numbers, he would have been in LA Crip walking, had a red and blue bandana on. He would have been Crip and Blood. He would have been going to Crenshaw and Slauson, all to get the Kendrick feature. He would have been talking about some, what Kendrick like, I like. Okay? But you was doing that with Drake. You was going to Canada. You was trying to get the same beard shape up as Drake. Drake get a shape up. He get shape up. Drake grow his hair. Khaled grow his hair. Okay? He was trying to dress like Drake. Okay? What Drake like, I like. So, if Kendrick and Drake having an issue, it would seem to me, just for good business, you should side with Drake and say, hey, Drake, you got my full support. You don't have to say nothing negative about Kendrick, but you can just say, I'm on this side of the road, especially if this guy has gave you the Rick Ross treatment, which is my power, my star power has helped you tremendously, made you a lot of money. I would think you would stand on my side. And I think that's the issue with LeBron too. Like, okay, all right, you showed up at the pop-up, but then you playing the songs and all this other stuff. You allegedly was at my house cheating on your wife. So I'm good when you can come over my house and cheat on your wife. You leave Bronny and the kids at home, and you come to Canada to smash whoever you were smashing at Drake house, allegedly. But now, you know, you can't pick a side. I kind of understand where Drake is like, hey, these are not real niggas, okay? Okay, and I'm just saying, if I'm Drake, I can understand why he feels like that. Because even, I still think the average fan, they really don't understand, what's the issue with him and Bron? And I will say the same thing about Khaled. What's the issue with Khaled? Well, Khaled, during the beef, he kept trying to say, everybody's my brother. So then what we saw was Khaled tried to promote his album, and see, this might have went past a lot of y'all head, because at one point Khaled was like, yo, I'm about to drop the album. This was sometime last year. I'm about to drop the album. I got 2 Drake features. What Drake like, I like. Drake cock my mouth, right?
Hey, no Diddy, man, no Diddy.
And then Drake responded and said, must be Drake Bell. So he was like, hey, I don't know what Drake you talking about. It must be that nigga from Nickelodeon, okay? He must be talking about Drake and Josh. I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way. Y'all don't know nothing about no Drake and Josh, man. Y'all don't know about no Drake and man. But the word is, he sent Khaled that cease and desist. He said, hey, bro, you cannot use any of my music on this new album. I saw how you was playing around during the beef. No, I'm not clearing nothing. And Khaled could not drop nothing with 2 new Drake anything. He couldn't drop 2 new Drake sneakers. He couldn't drop 2 new Drake beads that he be having in his braids. You know, the beads that Drake be having in his braids. He couldn't drop none of it. And that's where it kind of left off until we got this album, and Drake is like, hey, you gonna shout out your boys. they still waiting on that shout out, that free who? And I saw everybody trying to say, oh, Drake can't say that. What has he ever stood for? Well, he was one of the biggest artists to boycott the Grammys while Kendrick Lamar go meet suck the Grammys every year. But y'all don't talk about that because I guess Drake isn't black enough to boycott the Grammys, even though he didn't show up to the Grammys, even though he's been boycotting the Grammys to side with black artists. But because Drake is light-skinned, y'all don't give him that credit. That don't mean Kendrick isn't great. That don't mean Kendrick isn't a great artist. That don't mean he don't make good music. But Kendrick is about the money. I think a lot of the things that Kendrick was saying about Drake or a lot of people perceive about Drake, you can say the same thing about any artist, including Kendrick, okay? But I didn't like people acting like, oh, Drake can't throw that shot because he never stands for anything. Well, when he do stand for something, you don't give him credit. Meanwhile, when people be talking crazy about Charlamagne the God, because Charlamagne the God was the one who said this on the Breakfast Club, by the way, and people bring up his cases and stuff like that, he expects people like me to say, hey, Charlamagne the God is a good dude. What about when he's talking about mental health? What about when he's talking about trying to be a better husband and a better father? What about all of these books that he put out? What about when he used to encourage the audience to read books? I used to read, Charlamagne used to actually recommend books and I would read them. And it's funny how people like Charlamagne the God, they never want to cut nobody no slack, but you want everybody to cut you some slack about your past too. So anyway, that's the situation with Khaled and Drake. I understand that Fat Joe wants to stand up for his friend, but look, if you not gonna get in the booth, Fat Joe, like Joe Budden told Jim Jones the other day when he was talking about he want to do a battle with Cameron. Hey, Fat Joe, bro, just keep podding, bro. Just keep podding, man. Just keep podding, bro. You don't want to get no booth. You ain't gonna throw no shots at the boy. You love the boy too, okay? And my bad, I forgot the boy is making a transition to the man. Y'all want to get back on the net? I want to get back in the flesh. Tell me what y'all think about this. Like the video and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.